It's 1:47 a.m. You tell yourself, just one more scroll. But 40 minutes later, your eyes are dry, your brain's buzzing, and your body somehow feels awake. What if I told you that your phone isn't just keeping you up, it's actually rewiring your brain's ability to fall asleep at all? Because the problem isn't only the blue light everyone talks about. It's also what's happening inside your brain, the dopamine surges, the alert signals, and the constant tug-of-war between sleep and stimulation. So, what's your phone really doing to your brain when you can stop scrolling at night? We've all done it, lying in bed, screen glowing inches from our face, promising ourselves we'll stop after one more video, or one more message. But here's the strange thing, even after you finally put the phone down, you're not sleepy. You toss, turn, and stare into the dark, mind racing, eyes wide open. Why does this happen? Is it just the light from the screen, or is your brain being tricked into staying awake? Modern neuroscience shows that your phone doesn't just delay sleep. It disrupts the core of your brain's sleep architecture, the system that tells your body when it's time to rest, repair, and reset. And the real danger? Your brain can't tell the difference between a midnight text and an emergency alarm. Both fire up the same alert circuits that tell your body, stay awake, something's happening. In this video, we'll dive deep into the neuroscience of sleep disruption, how your phone hijacks your circadian rhythm, floods your brain with alert chemicals, and teaches your body to forget how to rest. And by the end, we'll look at 3 simple, phone sleep boundaries that neuroscientists say can actually retrain your brain to fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Let's start with the obvious villain, blue light. Your phone screen emits a specific wavelength of light, around 460 nanometers, the same wavelength that your brain uses to detect daylight. When that light hits your eyes, special cells in your retina send a signal to your brain's body clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This tiny region acts like your brain's timekeeper. It controls when your body releases melatonin, the sleep hormone, and when it's supposed to stay alert. So when you're scrolling in bed, that blue light tells your brain, it's still daytime. Don't release melatonin yet. It's like tricking your brain into believing the sun never set. And while you might think dimming your screen helps, even low brightness levels can suppress melatonin by up to 50%, enough to shift your internal clock by hours. But here's the twist, even if you use night mode or blue light filters, your sleep can still be wrecked. Because the real culprit might not just be the light, it's what's happening inside your brain as you interact with your phone. Here's where things get interesting, and a little unsettling. Even if you turned your screen completely red or filtered out every trace of blue light, your brain might still refuse to sleep. Why? Because your phone is a neural stimulant. Every notification, message, and video activates your brain's dopamine system, the same reward circuit triggered by gambling, sugar, or even addictive drugs. Dopamine is your brain's pay attention chemical. It keeps you searching, scrolling, refreshing, wanting more. That ping of a new message? It's like a slot machine payoff. You don't know what you're going to get, and that uncertainty keeps your brain on high alert. Neuroscientists call this the variable reward system. It's the same principle that makes casino slot machines so addictive. Each scroll or notification offers a maybe reward, and your brain learns to crave that maybe. Now, imagine trying to sleep right after that. You're lying in bed, your room is dark, but your brain is wired for action. It's expecting another reward, another dopamine hit. Instead of winding down, your prefrontal cortex, the part that helps you plan, focus, and control impulses, stays switched on. This state of mental arousal makes it almost impossible to fall asleep. It's like trying to meditate while someone keeps whispering your name. But there's another layer, one that goes even deeper. Smartphones don't just stimulate the brain, they retrain it. Over time, late-night scrolling changes the way your brain perceives rest itself. Each night you stay up, your brain learns a new association: bedtime equals stimulation. Dark equals phone time. So the next night, even before you open your phone, your brain starts preparing for that same dopamine surge. It's Pavlovian conditioning, except instead of salivating at the sound of a bell, your brain activates at the sight of your pillow. The result? You may find yourself feeling restless, anxious, or unable to relax, even when your phone isn't in your hand. Studies from institutions like Harvard and Stanford have shown that digital overstimulation reduces slow-wave sleep, the deep, restorative stage your brain uses to consolidate memories and repair itself. Without enough slow-wave sleep, your brain stays in a low-grade state of fatigue. You wake up groggy, forgetful, and unfocused, even after what seems like a full night's rest. And here's the cruel twist: that fatigue drives you to reach for your phone more during the day, for stimulation, for a quick energy boost, which then makes it harder to sleep the next night. It becomes a loop, a cycle of fatigue and digital stimulation that traps millions of people every single night. You're not just losing sleep, your brain is losing balance. So what happens when this cycle continues, night after night, month after month? At first, it just feels like ordinary tiredness. You hit snooze a few more times, drink an extra cup of coffee, and promise yourself an earlier bedtime tomorrow. But over time, your brain begins to pay the price in ways you might not notice right away. Inside your head, every night of disrupted sleep means less time for your brain's lymphatic system, a kind of cleaning crew that flushes out waste proteins and toxins while you sleep. When that cleanup gets cut short, these proteins start to accumulate, and some of them, like beta amyloid, are linked to long-term neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. That's right, your late-night scrolling isn't just making you tired, it may be silently interfering with your brain's ability to protect itself. And that's not all. Studies show that poor sleep caused by nighttime phone use affects the amygdala, the part of your brain that processes emotion. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your amygdala becomes more reactive. You feel more stressed, anxious, and irritable, even over small things. Have you ever noticed how everything feels louder, harder, and more annoying after a bad night's sleep? That's not in your head, that is your head, literally overreacting. Meanwhile, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, self-controlling part of your brain, becomes less active. This imbalance between the emotional amygdala and the reasoning cortex makes it harder to focus, resist impulses, or make clear decisions. It's why scrolling through social media the next day feels almost irresistible. Your tired brain is looking for quick dopamine hits, and your phone delivers them instantly. The problem compounds. Poor sleep, less impulse control. More phone use, more blue light plus stimulation. More stimulation, even less sleep. A perfect, self-sustaining loop. Over weeks or months, this can lead to a measurable decline in cognitive performance, slower reaction times, memory lapses, reduced creativity, and even mood disturbances resembling mild depression. And here's the most overlooked part: your body's circadian rhythm doesn't just control sleep. It influences digestion, hormone release, immune function, and metabolism. So when your phone disrupts your brain's internal clock, it's not just robbing you of rest, it's throwing off your entire physiological rhythm. Your brain may still be awake, but your body starts to pay the price. So, what can you actually do about it? Because let's be honest, no one's going to throw their phone away. We live on these things. They're our work, our social life, our entertainment, and sometimes, our comfort. The goal isn't to quit your phone. It's to teach your brain when to switch off again. Here are 3 science-backed, phone sleep boundaries that can help reset your brain's natural sleep rhythm without going completely offline. Think of it like dimming the lights in your brain. When you put your phone away an hour before sleep, your body starts producing melatonin again, that sleepy hormone we talked about earlier. If you absolutely must use your phone, use night shift or iComfort mode, and dim the brightness as much as possible. But remember, light filters aren't magic. They reduce blue light, not dopamine. So the real win is stepping away altogether. Try this: keep your charger in another room. It sounds simple, but when your phone isn't next to your bed, you're less likely to get pulled into that endless scroll. Most of us have bedtime routines for our bodies: brushing teeth, turning off the lights, but not for our brains. A cool down tells your nervous system it's safe to relax. This could be journaling, stretching, reading a physical book, or even just sitting quietly in dim light. Neuroscientists have found that doing the same relaxing activity before bed every night helps train your parasympathetic nervous system, the one responsible for rest and recovery, to activate on cue. It's like teaching your body, okay, the day is over. You can let go now. What you do first thing in the morning actually sets the tone for your brain all day, and affects how well you sleep later. When you reach for your phone the moment you wake up, you flood your brain with notifications, alerts, and social comparisons before it's even fully awake. That instantly activates your stress response, raising cortisol, the opposite of calm focus. Try waiting just 30 minutes before checking your phone. Use that time to hydrate, stretch, or step into natural light. Morning sunlight helps your circadian rhythm recalibrate, reinforcing your body's sense of daytime, making it easier for your brain to recognize nighttime later on. These boundaries aren't about willpower, they're about rhythm. Your brain wants to sleep. It just needs a little help remembering how. So, start small. Pick one of these tonight. Give your brain a chance to rest, recharge, and reset its natural clock. Because once your sleep starts to repair, so does everything else.